We don't fight anymore. And I know how that sounds when you say it out loud. Like something to be proud of, like growth, like proof that we finally learned how to love without hurting each other. That's what I tell people anyway. I smile when I say it. I nod like it's a good thing, because on the surface it looks like peace. When I'm alone with my thoughts, when the house settles and the day exhales, that quiet starts to feel different, heavier, like a question no one is asking. There was a time when we argued often, not because we wanted to hurt each other, but because we were still reaching, still trying to be seen, still believing that if we explained ourselves just one more time, something would finally click. We fought about tone, about timing, about small disappointments that stood in for bigger ones. And yes, sometimes the words came out wrong. Sometimes voices rose. Sometimes we went to bed angry. But even then, there was energy. Motion moved through the room. We were tangled up in each other's reactions, still affected, still invested. Now the house is calm, almost too calm. No slammed doors, no sharp silences after dinner, no late-night conversations that stretch until exhaustion softens us. Just a careful politeness, a mutual agreement not to press too hard. We've learned what to avoid, which topics drain the air from the room, which sentences shift something delicate inside the other person. So we speak around things instead of into them. We choose safer words. We let moments pass that once would have mattered. And I can't tell when that shift happened. When love stopped sounding like urgency and started sounding like restraint. Sometimes I wonder if we stopped fighting because we finally understood each other, or because we stopped believing understanding was possible. We still talk, of course. We talk all the time about work schedules and errands, about what needs to be fixed, bought, remembered, about the surface of our lives. But we don't talk about the quiet ache that shows up uninvited, the one that settles in your chest when you realize you haven't laughed freely together in a while, when affection feels planned instead of instinctive. When something hurts now, I don't bring it up because it doesn't matter, but because I already know how the conversation will go. I know which words will make you shut down, which ones will make you defensive, which ones will leave us both tired and unchanged. So I tell myself it's easier this way, and more mature. I say, it's fine, and I almost believe it. I say it softly, convincingly, like I'm trying to protect something fragile. But the truth is, those unspoken things don't disappear. They pile up quietly. They turn into distance that doesn't announce itself. I miss the messiness of honesty. I miss the arguments that ended with apologies that felt earned, with that closeness that only came after everything ugly had been laid on the table. Back then, even when we fought, I knew we were still choosing each other, still risking discomfort for the sake of connection. Now there's no risk, and somehow that feels lonelier. Because when you stop fighting, you might also be stopping yourself from saying, "This hurt me, I need you." I'm afraid we're drifting, and I don't know which silence is worse, the kind that follows an argument, or the kind that replaces it entirely. I catch myself studying the small things now, the pauses before you answer, the way we share space without really touching, the way eye contact ends just a second too soon. I wonder if you feel it too, or if this quiet feels like relief to you, like a break from something exhausting we didn't know how to fix. And I'm scared to ask, because asking would mean opening a door I'm not sure how to close again. But I'm starting to believe that love isn't meant to be this careful. That real connection requires a little noise, a little friction, a willingness to say the wrong thing in order to say the true thing. Not all fights are signs of failure. Some are signs of hope. Signs that two people still care enough to collide. If you're listening and this feels uncomfortably familiar, I want you to know you're not imagining it. That quiet you're feeling has a weight to it, and it deserves to be acknowledged. Maybe the bravest thing isn't keeping the peace. Maybe it's asking the question we've been avoiding, softly, gently, before the silence settles in for good. Thank you for spending this moment with me, letting these thoughts sit with you. If this story reflected something in your own life, consider subscribing to The Heart's Archive. This is a place for the things we struggle to say, for the emotions that live between words. Leave a comment if you felt this kind of quiet before, or simply listen along. You're welcome here. Until next time, take care of your heart, and don't be afraid to let it speak.